learning opportunity. Look, so the gear, there's a gear right there and a gear that goes this way, and when you twist it like this, it goes meow. Science. Okay, so we are disassembling, taking apart gearboxes for pivots. These are some that I've already done, and then I'll show you what they look like all together. So this is a whole one, this is a whole one. We're gonna take these off the cart, put them on this rack, take these inside, tear them all apart. I'll show you guys what we do for that, and then scrap them basically, because these are no bueno anymore. Drain all that out of there. So the drain plug's on the bottom, and you just unscrew it, and it's draining out all that stuff. So here's one that, well, we thought it was drained. We took it apart and it wasn't drained, so that's still working on draining. You can just see what's on the inside. Okay, these things are heavy, so I'm gonna give y'all a laughing opportunity. I'm gonna lift one of these up and it's probably gonna be hard. So, but luckily we've got our good old hydraulic car right here, and we're just gonna bamboozle it. Oh, that one's already loose. Got her. And then before you like to bring them in the shop, we like to scrub them up with the wire brush, get all the nasty off of them. So that's what I'm doing here. And then we're going to take off all of these, I don't know, bolts, lug nuts, not lug nuts, bolts. I don't know, unscrew all those. And then you can bang it off because those two pieces separate, and that's going to be super important for taking the rest of it apart. All of this stuff falling out is not supposed to be falling out, and that's what was busted, so I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so here's what's wrong with this one. Those, so that's where those come from, but inside there, look at that, that's gnarly. So that's all the rollers. And then to get this piece out, you got to take out the set screw and then hit that with the big impact. And then you got to take, there was a snap ring on this, we already took it off. You take the bearing off and then you pound this gear off. And then there's another bearing right there that we also hit off. So we'll show you how we do all that. And then that's how you take apart a gearbox for a pivot. Oh, also, you got to take this off because there's a gasket in there, but that is also scrap. This is the tool you're going to use to get the snap ring out. So that's that right there, and it has those little holes. You're going to match up those little holes, and then, okay, so this is out right now. I got to do this one-handed because I'm using my phone. So, oh shoot. We'll do it like that. And then you're just going to put it in there, and this is going to push out. So when I pull these together, it's going to go out, and then it's going to put pressure on that and pop it out of the little lip it's in. For this bearing, so this piece is what we put on it, and then we're going to use this little contraction thingy. This part is going to go around the bottom of this, so it's going to squeeze it, and then we're going to tighten these, make sure these poles are straight on it, make sure this is straight. The bottom of that is going to go right there. And then when the bottom part is tightened as much as it can, it'll be around the bearing like that. And then it'll start to kind of lift it up because we can't just lift it up with like a pry bar. And then you start tightening this down. So the bottom is pulling up, it's pushing down, and the bearing pops off. But don't worry, I'll show it to you because I know that doesn't make a lot of sense just listening to it. Okay, so I'm gonna, hopefully you can just see how hard it is for me to do this. Okay, this is probably not perfect, but we're gonna work with it. So I guess that doesn't do that. So we're gonna tighten this down. can kind of see the bearing start to come up, so I think we're just going to go with it. See, because that's not all the way tight, so that might be an issue. Yeah, I think I joined up. It's fine. So we've got this on. It's coming up right there.
Yep. That's why there's no hole through it. You didn't open it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Is there white tape up there? But that's why your thing wasn't bleeding on it. We'll see how it runs this next time. Turn it on.
So this just came off of that, and this is trash, and then the other piece that's trash is right there, and the rest of it is scrap. So you gotta separate it.
They're trash because they're just pot metal.
Yeah, trash because it's just pot metal. Just garbage, trash. So that's the set screw that was just in there, and now we can take this off, because if we didn't take that off, it would have shredded that and makes it harder. That is what's inside there, so that's a little gasket. And then when we unscrew this, this part is gonna come out. There's that. I don't know what that is, but that goes in there. And then we're just gonna push this part out from that end, I think. Just bang on it, so. That's the worm gear, it's gonna push that out. All right, so tapped on the end of that, it was sticking out. And then this piece pops out first. There's a little gasket in there. And then you're just gonna pull the rest of this out. And that, I'm just gonna set back in there, but it goes in the scrap bucket along with the bearings, those bearings, and then the rest of this we're just piling outside on a rack to haul it off. So there is a busted roller bearing. Nasty. But there's all the rollers. And that's what was wrong with this gearbox. Love it. Since you can't put that in the hydraulic press, you just gotta like tap it out. I think that's gonna be okay. Alright. So that is how you disassemble a gearbox for a pivot. Hopefully that makes sense. I know a lot of people that watch this might not even have pivots. But it's been fun to learn about and to get my hands on. I am very dirty. Maybe I'm just a dirty worker. I don't know. But I also have a cut in my finger right there. You can see it. Hopefully that is fine. But I have a couple more of these to do and hopefully learn something. Ask any questions in the comments. I don't know if I'll be able to answer them. If you have any mean things to say, keep them to yourself. So thanks for watching and hope I catch you next time. Also, remember to check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I guess we're on YouTube. Listen to my podcast, new episode every week on Tuesdays. Ag with Emma everywhere. Catch you around.